Alright, hello and welcome. So, we're in a place we're not in very much, which is the Archwing hangar, and this is the Amesha. The Amesha is the best Archwing, pretty much. Like, if you need to do anything that is not big AoE damage, like what the Elytron's 3 does, the Amesha's got you fucking covered. It is just outstanding in like every respect. It's got good stats and all of its powers are good. It's got a good speed. Like there's nothing, it's so good. It outclasses all, like for me anyway, it outclasses all of the other Archwings by just a fuck ton. But also, it works really well with the other Archwings and lets them do their job better, which is ridiculous. And it even helps itself with Vengeful Rush. Let's talk about what this thing does. So Watchful Swarm. Number of drones, 18. What this means is that whenever you hit your one, you can take 18 hits, and then like each drone will just eat one of the hits for you, and you won't take damage from it. A really, really solid one. Super solid. Useful like all the time. Like you want this up constantly. It's like space iron skin. It's amazing. And that's just its one. Then we've got Benevolent Decoy, and like the gist of what this is it's like a big magnetized bubble that is also a Nyx's Absorb in a weird way. But instead of dealing damage to enemies, it heals all your allies when it gets shot. So you drop this, it takes aggro, it's got a big area where it just eats bullets into itself, and it heals your teammates around it in a pretty fucking large like radius. Like 160, that's in meters. Pretty respectable. Like if they're within or just outside the bubble, your team is getting pretty good heals because the damage, like this damage multiplier here, damage coming into it is multiplied by 1.8, and then that's what you get healed as. Like that's awesome. Or rather, it's 180% of the damage coming in is what you get healed for, which is really solid. Great for keeping people alive. Amazing in Jorda's Verdict, because like you're getting killed by like AoEs and stuff all the time out there whenever you're getting the spores into his back. Keep everybody topped off. Get a lot of those drones off people. Awesome. Warding Grace. Another fucking fantastic ability. So this, in a huge radius, a very awesome radius, 640 meters, fantastic, like, map covering in some cases in like terms of the area you're actually going to be in for a while. It's a toggle ability that, well, how I have it modded, it maxes out at 50% usually. 60% slow on these enemies in like this 640 meter radius, and all of your allies are completely immune to status effects, which is fucking great. And it clears status effects whenever you cast it. A huge support ability. Super fantastic. Like, can't get procced with fire from Jordis, like, all the, so much stuff. It's great. And then to top all of this stuff off, you have Vengeful Rush, which is also 640 meters, not toggle. 40 seconds, though, with pretty basic Archwing mods. Awesome. And this power duration, range, and strength down here, these are 10% increases to all three of those for anyone in that radius, which is huge. Like, and as far as I know, haven't 100% confirmed this, I think it stacks. I think multiple Amesha can stack that, which is fucking great. Like, all of this stuff is just like, its kit is so well-rounded and just like perfect. Like this is like an amazing tool set. This is like everything you could have possibly asked for a support Archwing, and then maybe a tiny bit more, because it's got good self survivability with Watchful Swarm. Like it's such a well-rounded, awesome power set for kind of doing anything. Like this is just Space Trinity. It is so powerful. And it's really fun, honestly. Like it feels good to use. It's got really good sound effects for its powers and everything. So we'll run some quick missions. I want to run Pursuit, which is the new Archwing game mode, which I find to be very enjoyable. And then we'll run like an Exterminate, so I can kind of show off the aggro pulling, because Pursuit is kind of a chase, and I can show how it can do that very well. Also, worth noting, the Amesha is available in the dojo. So we'll go to Pandora first and do this Pursuit. I'll solo it, which should be fine. And this is a shorter mission that kind of shows off the maneuvering and all that kind of thing, and the defensive stuff, like while you chase the pursuit target, and then also some defensive stuff at the end where you're defending the ship. These are my little drones that can take hits for me. Also, on like a larger notice, in open, huge tile sets like this, and more as I get used to it, the smaller, like closer quarters tile sets. One second. One moment here. Taking these down in a group is usually very fast, but solo it's a little bit more difficult. There we go. Almost got him. There we go. Alright, now that we've got that, I can drop this, which will keep this safe. And also drop my 3, which will slow these enemies down. Then we can take these guys out. It is, of course, in a very large area that your 3 works. That'll be the end of it here. Also, it's worth noting, while I've got some time here where I'm mostly safe and not chasing this guy down, the only thing I think they need to change about Archwing now is that your FOV is far too close. Like, this FOV right here, whenever you're going fast, is really comfortable. But I hope they go in and change the FOV getting, like, this close, especially in Melee. It's really jarring to be this close to the Archwing. But if they were to change that, I actually think I'd be very happy with how Archwing is now. Like, once you get used to it, and it does take getting used to, it actually controls really smoothly. Although it is, like, super different from being on foot. Like, before it was kind of, like, pretty close, like, close enough to how you were on foot. But, it's drastically different now. Here we go. Just to show the effects on enemies a little more closely. Because we didn't get a lot of enemies at the end there with the pursuit. Sometimes you get a ton of them, which is what I was hoping for. Yeah, so I actually want to let it shoot me. Get some energy in here. Alright, then whenever you slow them, actually slows their turning speed too. Like, it makes them really slow. Then this. Like, they can't shoot out of it. Like, as you can see, they just have to shoot into the middle there, and then it heals me. Which is really, really powerful. Yeah, super good ability. Like, the one thing that the Amesha lacks is, like, super raw, like, AoE killing power. But that's, like, not a huge deal. Because, like, you can supplement it with a lot of the Archwing guns, if you've got them. Like the Growler or the Fluctus for, like, good AoE killing. Personally, I generally prefer the Imperator Vandal. But yeah, that's, like, the effects on the enemies is kind of what I wanted to show. With the 2 and the 3. The 4 is obviously just, like, a general, like, very good buff. But yeah, that's the Amesha. I'm gonna finish this mission up. And, get out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello, welcome back. So I just realized I don't even think I showed the build for this. I should probably do that. There it is. Yeah. There's the build that I'm using for this. Super basic, it's just pretty, like, it's just pretty much all the mods. Like, pretty much all of the mods that you would put in this are in this. Like, it's just basic stuff, really. Like, you put in all the power stuff. Put in the shields, the shield charge, the health, power max. System reroute is a must, because this is the best Archwing mod. Energy amplifier, because this is really good. Power duration, because that's also really good. And power strength for more drones. All fantastic. That's kind of all there is to it. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.